All right, so we're diving deep today into the world of human metabolism.
Okay.
And we've got this physiology handout from Dr. Rasha Eldeeb to kind of guide us along the way. It's
Yeah.
going to be like our roadmap for this whole deep dive.
Awesome.
So by the end of this,
Right.
you're going to really understand like how your body uses energy.
Okay.
We'll hit on things like anabolism, catabolism, basal metabolic rate, and even how things like protein
Interesting.
can help you in your fitness journey.
Cool.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, awesome.
So we always hear this word metabolism,
Right.
but what does it actually mean?
Yeah.
It's basically all the chemical reactions and energy transformations that are happening inside your body
Yeah.
every second of every day.
It's like we've got this bustling city inside of us. There's
Yeah.
construction crews, demolition teams,
I like that.
power plants all working together.
Right. And just like a city,
Mm-hmm.
there's a balance
Right.
between building and breaking down
Yeah.
to make sure everything runs smoothly.
That makes sense.
That's where these two terms,
Oh, yeah.
anabolism and catabolism, come in.
Interesting.
The yin and yang of our metabolic world.
So anabolism is like building up.
Yeah, that's the construction crew,
Okay.
building the things your body needs,
Mm-hmm.
like protein to build muscles,
Right.
fat for energy storage.
Gotcha.
And then we've got catabolism,
Mm-hmm.
the demolition crew,
Okay.
carefully breaking down fuel molecules
Yeah.
to release energy
Okay.
so your body can function.
So it's a constant cycle
It is.
of building up and breaking down.
Yeah.
What determines if we gain weight or lose weight?
Well, that's where the energy equation comes in.
Okay.
And I see here on the handout, it's a nice formula.
Okay.
Energy output
Mm-hmm.
equals external work
Okay.
plus energy storage
Okay.
plus heat.
So it's all about balancing the energy you take in
Exactly.
with the energy you use. But it's not as simple as calories in, calories out.
Not quite.
It's more like how our bodies like allocate that energy, right?
You got it.
Okay, so external work.
Yeah,
Like that's the energy we're using to move around.
exactly.
Like lifting weights,
Yeah.
walking the dog.
Digging the stairs,
Okay.
all of that.
Energy storage is like replenishing our energy reserves, right?
Yeah, like storing
Okay.
glycogen in your muscles
Mm-hmm.
or fat in your tissues.
Okay, and then heat, that's just a byproduct.
Yeah, it's a natural byproduct
Okay.
of all those chemical reactions going on inside you.
It's like a little internal furnace.
Exactly, keeping you warm.
Okay, so even at rest,
Right,
our bodies are burning energy just to breathe. And
exactly, just to keep your organs functioning.
speaking of energy expenditure,
Mm-hmm.
how do we measure how much energy we're using?
That's where metabolic rate comes in,
Okay,
or MR for short.
okay.
It's basically the amount of energy that you burn per unit of time.
So those fitness trackers,
Yeah.
are those estimating our MR?
That's what they're trying to do.
Okay,
They use a technique called indirect calorimetry.
interesting.
It actually measures your oxygen consumption
Oh, okay.
because burning fuel requires oxygen.
Makes sense.
And what's really cool is we can actually translate those oxygen measurements
Okay,
into energy expenditure.
so how does that work?
Well, we know that for every 1 liter of oxygen you consume,
Okay.
that equals 4.82 kcals burned.
Wow.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, our breath can tell us a lot.
It can.
Can it tell us what type of fuel our bodies are burning?
It can, actually.
Okay.
It's all about the respiratory quotient,
Okay.
or RQ,
Okay.
which is basically the ratio of carbon dioxide produced
Mhm.
to oxygen consumed.
And different fuels have different RQs.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a pure carbohydrate diet would give you an RQ of 1,
Okay.
pure fat, 0.7.
Mm-hmm.
Protein sits around 0.8. Most people on a mixed diet, their RQ is going to be somewhere around 0.85.
So by analyzing our breath,
Yeah.
we can see what our body is using for fuel.
That's right.
That's amazing.
It is pretty cool.
What about the brain? What does it prefer?
The brain is a bit of a sugar addict.
Really?
Yeah, its RQ is almost 1,
Wow.
meaning it relies heavily on carbohydrates for energy.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's always working hard,
definitely.
even when we're sleeping.
Needs a steady supply of glucose.
So we've covered metabolism in general,
Mm-hmm.
the energy equation, metabolic rate,
Yep.
and even how our breath can tell us about our fuel choices.
Yeah, we've built a pretty good foundation.
It feels like it
Yeah.
for understanding this complex world inside us.
And that foundation is going to be important
Okay.
as we explore different types of metabolic rate
Mm-hmm.
and the factors that can influence
Okay.
how efficiently our bodies use energy.
Awesome. I'm ready to go deeper.
All right, let's do it.
So we talked about metabolic rate in general,
Right.
but there's a specific type that's really important.
Okay.
Basal metabolic rate, or BMR.
Yeah.
So what is that exactly?
Well, it's essentially the minimum amount of energy
Okay.
your body needs just to stay alive.
So like the bare minimum.
The bare essentials.
Okay.
Imagine you're lying down, completely relaxed.
Yeah.
You haven't eaten in a while, and you're at a perfectly comfortable temperature.
Yeah.
That's the scenario for measuring BMR.
Interesting.
It's like your body's idling engine, just keeping those vital functions running.
So what can influence that baseline energy expenditure?
Well, I think that's a conversation for part 2.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Okay, so we're back.
Back for more.
For more metabolism. In part 1, we really got into, the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, those core components.
Anabolism, catabolism, metabolic rate.
All those building blocks.
Yeah, and, we learned how our breath
They tell us about the fuel our bodies are using. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So now I think we can dig into all the things that can make our metabolic rate, go up or down.
Shift and sway.
Yeah, exactly.
So we left off talking about basal metabolic rate.
Oh, bad mark.
That baseline energy expenditure.
Uh-huh.
What can we do to nudge that baseline?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Because we can basically group
these
influencing factors into 2 main categories.
Okay.
Physiological and pathological.
So physiological, those are the ones.
Yeah, those are the ones that are related to normal bodily functions and lifestyle choices.
Gotcha. So like everyday things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then pathological, those are the ones that involve, disease or imbalances.
Gotcha. So the health stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's start with physiological.
Okay. Sounds good.
What are some everyday things that can rev up our metabolism?
Well, think about what gets your heart rate up.
Okay.
Exercise.
Exercise, okay.
Yeah, when you're moving, when you're being active, your metabolic rate jumps way up.
So hitting the gym?
Yeah.
Or even just...
Yeah, even like walking the dog, gardening, taking the stairs.
All that good stuff.
All those things.
Okay.
Contribute.
Whoa.
Food is a big one.
Okay.
You know how people always say certain foods boost metabolism?
Yeah.
There's some truth to that.
Okay.
Remember specific dynamic action, or SDA?
Oh, yeah.
From part 1? It's that extra energy your body uses to process food.
Okay.
And different foods have different SDAs.
Gotcha. So what has the highest?
Protein.
Protein. Okay.
Protein is
That's where the protein boosts metabolism thing comes from.
That's exactly where it comes from.
Yeah. So how does that work?
Well, protein takes more energy
to
digest and process than carbs or fats.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it can actually increase your metabolic rate
by
a pretty significant percentage.
Okay.
For several hours after you eat it.
So if I eat more protein, I burn more calories.
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Your body's working harder to break it down.
Gotcha.
And here's another thing.
Okay.
Protein. It's particularly helpful in cold weather.
In cold weather? How so?
Because it generates more heat.
Oh, interesting.
During digestion.
Okay.
So it keeps you warmer.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's like a built-in heater.
Okay, so exercise and diet. Those are big ones.
Big players
in
the metabolism game.
Are there other things?
There are.
Okay.
That affect our metabolic rate. Think about how you feel.
Okay.
When you're really hot or really cold.
Yeah.
Your body has to work harder to maintain its temperature.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, like shivering or sweating.
Exactly. And those processes require energy.
So even temperature affects our metabolism.
It does.
Wow.
And here's another one.
Okay.
Stress.
Stress.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Okay.
Stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Can actually rev up your metabolism.
How so?
Well, when you're stressed, your body releases hormones.
Okay.
Like adrenaline and cortisol.
Right. Fight or flight.
Exactly. And those hormones, they increase your heart rate.
Okay.
And that requires energy.
Oh, okay. So it's like our bodies are always responding to things. And all of those responses affect our metabolic rate.
That's right.
Okay, so let's move on to pathological factors.
Yeah, the health stuff.
Right. So medical conditions that affect metabolism.
Well, a common one is fever.
Fever. Okay.
When you have a fever, your body temperature is elevated.
Right.
And that triggers all sorts of responses.
Okay.
That increase your metabolic rate.
Because it's working hard.
Yeah, it's fighting something off.
Okay. And then hormonal imbalances.
Yeah, those can have a big impact.
Okay.
Like an overactive thyroid.
Right.
That can really speed up your metabolism.
So hyperthyroidism.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then on the flip side, an underactive thyroid.
Yeah.
hypothyroidism
Mhm.
that can slow down your metabolism.
Wow, so it's like our hormones are
Yeah.
really in control of.
They are key players
Okay.
in our metabolic processes.
Okay, so we've talked about exercise,
Mm-hmm.
diet,
Mm-hmm.
temperature, stress,
Yeah.
fever, hormonal imbalances.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's really interesting to see how all of this is connected.
It's all interwoven.
And understanding this can help us make good choices
Absolutely.
about our health.
That's where the real aha moments come in.
Okay, so how can we apply all of this knowledge?
I think that's a perfect topic.
Okay.
For part 3.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Me too.
Okay, so we're back
Back again.
for the final part
Yeah.
of our metabolism deep dive.
It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, it really has.
We started with the basics,
Mhm.
like anabolism and catabolism.
Yeah, right.
And then we talked about how our bodies balance energy.
Yeah, the energy equation
Exactly.
and all the things that can affect
Mm-hmm.
our metabolic rates.
Like what we eat,
Yeah,
how much we exercise.
even stress.
Right, it's all connected.
So now I want to know, like,
Yeah.
how can we use all of this?
Well, I think that's the most important part,
Right.
right? Like, why does this all matter?
Exactly.
How can we apply this knowledge
Yeah.
to make healthier choices?
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so one thing that a lot of people
Mhm.
are interested in is weight management.
Right.
And understanding your metabolism
Okay.
can be a game changer.
It feels like there's so much information out there.
I know, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But that's why understanding your own metabolism
Okay.
can really help you cut through the noise.
So how can we do that?
Well, remember we talked about
Mm-hmm.
how protein has a higher specific dynamic action
Yeah. Yeah.
than carbs and fats,
Mm-hmm.
meaning your body burns more calories
Okay.
just digesting it.
So if I'm trying to lose weight,
Yeah,
I should eat more protein.
it could be a good strategy.
Okay.
It's not a magic bullet,
Right?
but it could.
Okay. And what if I'm trying to gain weight?
Then you might need to focus on
Okay.
increasing your overall calorie intake.
Okay.
Maybe add some more
Okay.
calorie-dense foods to your diet.
So it's really about understanding, like,
Yeah.
why my weight is fluctuating.
Exactly. It's about finding what works for you.
What about exercise?
Exercise is another big one.
Okay.
Knowing your metabolism
Yeah.
can help you optimize your workouts.
How so?
Well, if you have a slower metabolism, you might need to exercise longer
Okay.
or at a higher intensity.
Then someone with a faster metabolism.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, exercise isn't just about
Mhm.
burning calories during your workout.
Okay.
It also helps you build muscle,
Yeah.
and muscle burns more calories at rest.
So more muscle.
Yeah.
Higher resting metabolic rate.
Exactly.
Got it.
And here's something else.
Okay.
Your body gives you clues
Okay.
about your metabolism.
What kind of clues?
Well, for example,
Okay.
if you're always cold,
Yeah.
even when it's warm out,
Uh-huh.
that could be a sign
Right.
of a slower metabolism.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Or if you're always hot,
Mm-hmm.
that could mean your
Okay.
metabolism's running a little hotter.
Wow. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, our bodies are constantly talking to us.
So we have to learn
Yeah.
how to listen.
Exactly.
This has been fascinating.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
We've covered so much
We have.
about this amazing world
It is amazing.
inside us.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Right.
There's still so much to learn.
But understanding our metabolism
Yeah.
can really help us
Mm.
take control of our health.
Absolutely.
So the next time you reach for a snack or decide what workout to do.
Or even if you just feel it chill.
Yeah.
Remember, there's this incredible
Yeah.
dance of metabolism
Right.
happening inside you.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Thanks for joining us
My pleasure.
for this deep dive
Yeah.
into the world of metabolism.
Until next time.